May I now request Shri Rajesh Verma, Secretary, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, to kindly deliver the special address.
Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Ministry of Planning, and Minister of State for Corporate Affairs, Rao Inderjeet Singh Ji, Chairperson, Competition Commission of India, Shri Ashok Kumar Gupta Ji, Justice Rakesh Kumar, Honorable Member NCLAT, Dr. Ashok Kumar Mishra, Member of NCLAT, Dr. Sangeeta Verma, and Shri Bhagwan Singh Bishnoi Ji, members of CCI, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to address this august gathering at the National Conference on Competition Law. Let me at the outset compliment the Competition Commission of India for organizing this important program as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. CCI is actively engaged in organizing competition advocacy programs with Jan Bhagidari under the overall Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It is heartening to note that since the launch of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, CCI has conducted more than 250 advocacy programs across the country, which is, I think, by far the highest number by any organization within the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The stakeholders of these programs include academic institutions, state government departments, public sector undertaking, trade bodies and professionals. It is also heartening to note that CCI has used digital technology to reach out to maximum stakeholders. I am sure CCI will continue these initiatives when we will be celebrating 75 years of independence in 2022 and even beyond for another 1 year up to 15th August 2023. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is a tribute to the people of our nation. And we take this opportunity to acknowledge the role played by the Indian industry and entrepreneurs in the momentous journey of independent India. It is also an opportune moment to reiterate our commitment to providing an enabling environment that is conducive to the growth of corporate sector in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian industry has traversed a long way, gradually evolving into a strong and vibrant sector that is driving India's economic growth today. The private sector now contributes significantly to our economy, and we have witnessed the emergence of Indian multinationals on the global stage. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs is focused on providing a regulatory framework that facilitates the corporate sector to function productively and responsibly to help achieve our national aspirations. Corporate India will indeed play key role in helping translate growth aspirations into concrete actions. But for that to happen, the corporate sector itself will need to change. Corporate India still has plenty of room to develop, grow, and become even more competitive. Economies of scale and consolidation will be key to achieving the competitive advantage. It will be erroneous to believe that once private enterprise constitutes a substantial portion of an economy, it has become a market economy. History is replete with examples when this has not been the case. There exist examples of economies that are capitalist, based on private enterprise, but still not open market systems. Competition law and its enforcement is thus an important constituent of a regulatory framework that can help corporate India achieve its potential. Unchecked, anti-competitive behavior hurts businesses. When incumbent dominant firms misuse the market power to keep competition at bay, or cartels drive up the price of essential inputs, or anti-competitive mergers weaken the competitive discipline of markets, businesses get affected. And more often than not, small businesses and new entrants bear the brunt of it. By protecting the process of competition and fair play in the markets, the Competition Act ensures freedom of businesses to compete effectively. The enactment of the Competition Act in 2002 And the establishment of Competition Commission of India was to lay the foundation of a competitions ecosystem in the country. By protecting the process of competition and fair play in the markets, the Competition Act aims to ensure freedom of businesses to compete on merits. It is a state-of-the-art act which promotes competition rather than curbing monopolies, which was previously the position under the MRPTP Act. The focus of public policy has changed fundamentally. The Act provides a robust framework for protecting competition, prohibiting anti-competitive agreements, abuse of dominance, and regulation of combinations. Regardless of whether the enterprise is domestic or foreign, public or private, the law spares none, it favors none. The idea is to provide a level playing field for all. From 2000 onwards, when the competition actually started working, there has been no looking back. As a market regulator, the Commission has a role to play at entry, operation, exit, and now even the rebirth of corporate entities. At the entry stage, as a part of its advocacy mandate, the Commission has to see whether there are entry barriers in the markets and whether the economic policies, industrial policy, etc., have put in place a level playing field. In the operation stage, the competition has to look at the overall ecosystem, individual sector policies, as well as functioning of businesses within and across all sectors to ensure that the competition is not only protected, but also promoted. The competition also regulates the exit strategies of the companies, that is through mergers, acquisitions, amalgamations. Even at the insolvency stage, when a company is being rescued, the Commission has a role to play. When approvals are required for acquisition, if the thresholds are beyond certain limits. Competition law and policy is also a tool towards better governance, since it advocates lesser controls and discretionary powers at the hands of government functionaries. At the level of enterprises, compliance with competition law is akin to good corporate governance. Corporate governance, as normally understood, is ethical conduct within the internal environment of the company. Similarly, compliance with the competition law is also akin to ethical conduct in the external environment of the company, principally in the marketplace. I am glad to note that the Competition Commission of India has established itself as an effective and credible regulator over the past 13 years, which is a relatively short span, as Dr. Ashok Mishra was also mentioning, compared to the competition law jurisdictions that have existed over a century. Robust substantive assessment has been complemented by a consistent focus on procedural simplification, speedy disposal, and lessening compliances as elaborated by the Chairman Competition Commission of India in his speech. It is heartening to note that under the Green Channel, the automatic system of approval for combinations introduced in August 2019, 56 notices have been received. The Green Channel route now constitutes almost about 1/4 of the total combination filings, demonstrating stakeholders' confidence. The Commission's increased emphasis on market studies as a means to engage with stakeholders has also been well received. I congratulate the Commission for its endeavors and achievements. Commission's advocacy efforts have also been widened and fine-tuned to improve effectiveness and to make the initiatives well-targeted. In this regard, I would like to specially mention the State Resource Person scheme, which was elaborated by the Chairperson, Competition Commission of India in his speech. I would like to briefly touch upon increasingly cross-border nature of businesses and as a corollary, the competition concerns. Strong international cooperation is necessary in this globalized and increasingly digitized economy. It is heartening to note that one-to-one MOUs have been signed with national regulators of various countries. These MOUs present opportunities and open vistas to ensure cooperation in diverse areas of interest, sharing of information, and bolstering knowledge and acquaintance with each other's good practices. The regulatory regime of competition law has evolved well under the Commission's leadership, with constant calibration, evolving jurisprudence, mergers, regulations, and leniency regulations. Our engagement with the Commission shows that the Commission is well equipped to meet the challenges that the future brings and is also constantly making efforts to upgrade and reskill itself. Competition and effective competition regime in all its facets is critical to achieve our aspirational goals. An institution like Competition Commission of India is a propelling force to inculcate the culture of competition in this country. With that, I once again convey my compliments to Competition Commission of India, the members of the industry, and all stakeholders on this occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and wish the National Conference all the success. Thank you.